Hello viewers, welcome to the digital class of Udayanath Autonomous College of Science and Technology. In today's class, we will be discussing about the modulation and its types, how the modulation works, what is the use of modulation, and how modulation is an important topic in the computer network chapter. So in digital data communication, modulation chapter plays a very vital role, because in each and every moment we are using the modulation techniques, and there are different types of modulation which are used to modulate a wave or a signal from when it is sent from one location to another location. So moving on to the topic of the subject. So modulation in electronics and telecommunications, modulation is the process of varying one or more properties of a high frequency periodic waveform called the carrier signal with a modulating signal which typically contains information to be transmitted. So what do you mean by modulation? So modulation is actually the wave which carries or which sends the information from one location to another location. So modulation helps the signal not to lose its energy and it gets transmitted from one location to another location. So suppose let's say I am talking to you. So you must be knowing that my voice is audible to first bencher, then my voice gets decreasing and at a point my voice totally gets distinguished. That means my voice will not be audible to the students. So in that case, modulation helps to send my voice from one location to another location without losing any energy. That means you must be knowing the use of microphone and speaker. So microphone and speaker modulates my signal and sends my signal from one location to another location, and in that case the energy level of the sound or the wave is much more higher than the normal sound or wave. This is just an example of how modulation works, but in data communication, modulation really plays a very vital role, and it never lets the signal or the wave to lose its energy and to be sent from one location to another location. So in data communication, modulation process is carried out by a special signal called as the carrier wave, which is actually responsible for transmitting the signals. So whenever we are talking or whenever we are listening the radio, so the radio waves or the TV signals, the original signal is carried out by a special carrier wave which has the ability to transmit the signals from one location to another location without losing any type of energy. So the user can get the original sound they may be located at any place. So moving on to the parameters of a periodic wave. So the three parameters of a periodic waveform are its amplitude, which is also considered as the volume, then its phase, which is also considered as the timing, and last the frequency, which is also considered as the pitch of the wave. So in telecommunications, modulation is the process of conveying a message signal. That means modulation is actually, so here we have already discussed the three key parameters of a periodic waveform and its amplitude. The amplitude is also termed as your volume. Next, the phase, which is also termed as your timing, and finally the frequency, which is also termed as your pitch. So in telecommunications, modulation is the process of conveying a message signal. That means there are three signals, there are three parameters of a carrier wave, which is amplitude, phase and frequency. So these three parameters help the signal to be transmitted from one location to another location. So the carrier wave plays a very vital role in the way of telecommunication. So carrier wave actually carries the signal from one location to another location. So moving on to the slide, a device that performs modulation is known as the modulator, and a device that performs the inverse operation of modulation is termed as your demodulator, and sometimes the detector or demode. So what do you mean by that? So actually the device which performs the modulation process is called as the modulator. The device that performs the vice versa of modulation, that is demodulation, the device is called as the demodulator. So every time the modulation required So modulator plays the role. That means modulator converts or modulates the signal and transmit it from sender to the receiver. Similarly, when the signal is received at the receiver side, so demodulator plays the role. That means demodulator demodulates the signal and it plays or it executes the signal to the receiver. So in this way the modulator and demodulator works and it satisfies the modulation and demodulation process in the field of telecommunication. So this is all about the topic modulation. Next we will be moving to the types of modulation. So here you can clearly see there are three types or three categories of modulation, that is amplitude modulation, next one is frequency modulation, and the final one is your phase modulation. So these are the three types of modulation which we are normally acquainted with, and we use this type of modulation in our techniques, in data communication techniques. So moving on to the first category of modulation, that is your amplitude modulation. So amplitude modulation is a technique used in electronic telecommunication, most commonly for transmitting information via a radio carrier wave. Amplitude modulation AM is the most straightforward way of modulating a signal, and demodulation or the process where the radio frequency signal is converted into an audio frequency signal and is also very simple. So an amplitude modulation signal only requires a simple diode detector circuit, the circuit that is commonly used as a diode that rectifies the signal, only allowing the one half of the alternating frequency waveform through it. A capacitor is used to remove the radio frequency, and that is from the frequency parts of the signal, leaving the audio waveform. This can be fed into an amplifier, after which it can be used to drive a loudspeaker. As the circuit used for demodulating AM is very cheap, it enables the cost of radio receiver for AM to be kept low. So what do you mean by amplitude modulation? So amplitude actually defines the clarity of a voice. That means more the amplitude of a wave, more is the clarity of the signal. That means when the amplitude of a wave increases, the clarity of the wave also increases. So suppose let's say we have a Jio network in Cuttack city. Jio first checks whether the signal has amplitude problem or frequency problem. So if it faces the amplitude problem, that means it checks that there is a very low quality or there is a low clarity in the signal, so it applies an amplitude modulation. So when we amplify or when we use the modulator to modulate the amplitude, so that in that case we call it as the amplitude modulation. So in amplitude modulation there is a capacitor which actually detects the signal, holds the signal, modulates the amplitude, and then it sends the signal from the sender to the receiver. So actually the amplitude is only responsible for the clarity of a voice. Suppose I am talking to you, my voice may be broad, so it is not audible to you, or it may be not convenient for you to listen. So in that case amplitude modulation plays a very vital role. That means amplitude modulation modulate the signal so that the voice, the clarity of the voice should be much more, and it will help the user to receive the signal in a clarity. So this is all about the amplitude modulation. Next we will be moving to the advantages and disadvantages of amplitude modulation. So what is the first amplitude? It is very simple to implement. That means amplitude modulation is very simple and it is very easy to implement in the data communication or telecommunication. Next advantage is that it can be demodulated using a circuit consisting of very few components. That means we need a circuit which has very low components, so it gets easily demodulated. Finally, we have AM receivers are very cheap as no specialized components are needed. That means the amplitude modulation receivers are very cheap. That means they are very low cost, and the components that are required to modulate the signals are very cheap. So these are the very good advantages of amplitude modulation. Next we will be moving to the disadvantages of amplitude modulation. So first point, an amplitude modulation signal is not efficient in terms of power usage, which means the power consumption of amplitude modulation is very high, which is the main disadvantage of amplitude modulation. Next, it is not efficient in terms of its use of bandwidth, requiring a bandwidth equal to twice that of the highest audio frequency. This is another very big disadvantage of amplitude modulation. That means what is the required bandwidth should be double than the highest audio frequency, so that it can travel wisely and it will have no problem at all. Finally, an amplitude modulation signal is prone to high levels of noise because most noise is amplitude based, and obviously AM detectors are sensitive to it. That means amplitude modulation signal have high levels of noise. That means the noise which travels in the signal must have amplitude modulated. So amplitude modulation has a bigger disadvantage that there is a lot of noise levels in the signals which are getting transmitted from one location to another location. So these are all about the advantages and disadvantages of amplitude modulation. Next we will be moving to the second category, that is your frequency modulation. So we have discussed what is amplitude modulation. Next we will be moving to the second category of modulation, that is your frequency modulation. So moving on to the slide, in telecommunication and signal processing, frequency modulation conveys information over a carrier wave by varying its instantaneous frequency. This contrasts with the amplitude modulation, in which the amplitude of the carrier is varied while its frequency remains constant. So digital data can be sent by shifting the carrier's frequency among a range of settings, a technique known as frequency shift keying. So FSK is widely used in data and fax modems. It is also possible to vary the frequency of the signal to give the frequency modulation, or FM. Now wide band FM is still regarded as a very high quality transmission medium for high quality broadcasting. So FM frequency modulation is also widely used for communications, where it is resilient to variations in signal strength. So what do you mean by frequency modulation? We know that there are three parameters of a wave, that is your amplitude, frequency and phase. So in amplitude the clarity is maintained, in frequency the distance is maintained. That means up to which distance the signal is transmitted. As per the previous example, I have given the example of Jio network. Let's say Jio will face a problem that the signals are not being sent to the villages. So in this case the signals must have a distance, or must have a distance ratio in which they should be sent to the distant places or the distant villages. So in that case the Jio network needs frequency to be modulated, so that the frequency, in case of frequency modulation, the signal length will be increased and the villagers will be provided with the signals. So networks which have frequency problem needs frequency modulated, so that the signals will be transmitted to different locations. So let's say another example, you must have seen a lot of towers, mobile towers launched at different locations. So what is the use of launching the mobile towers at different locations? The work of mobile towers is to modulate the signals. So they may modulate amplitude, or they may modulate the frequency. So the requirement of the user or the requirement of the customers in that location decides what type of modulation should the company provide at the particular area. So if a person or the users find difficulty in the clarity, then the company must modulate the amplitude so that they must get the clarity, or there should not be any noise. And if the customer wants that there is no signal at all, then the company must work on the frequency modulation in order to give frequency or to increase the frequency of the signal, so that the signal should be sent from the towers to the users who are far away from the towers. So you must have heard, or you must have seen that in case of cyclone or in case of any natural disasters, most of the towers break down. But you must have seen also that if a tower in our locality breaks down, then the neighboring towers gives the service to us, and it is only possible because of frequency modulation. So frequency modulation decides and it clarifies the signal, that how far the signal is moving from one location to another location. So if we are modulating the frequency of a wave, that means the wave will travel from one location to another location and it will keep the distance factor in its mind. So if a signal or a village is facing a lot of problem in receiving the signals, that means the tower will have to increase the, or it has to modulate the frequency of the wave, so that they will get the signals. So this is all about the frequency modulation. In this point we have another point, that is a frequency shift keying. So whenever we are shifting the frequency, that means whenever we are working on frequency or we are modulating the frequency, so this is the main part of modulating the frequency. That means how much modulation is required for the frequency, so that the customers will not face any problem. So FSK means frequency shift keying. So frequency shift keying means what is the value we should give or we should modulate the frequency so that it will travel to far away distances. So frequency shift keying is the value which holds the distance to how the signals will be sent to far away distances. So this is all about your frequency modulation. Next we will be moving to the next category of the modulation, that is your phase modulation. So phase modulation is a form of modulation that represents information as variations in the instantaneous phase of a carrier wave. Phase modulation is a form of modulation that can be used for radio signals, used for variety of radio communication applications. As will be seen later, phase modulation and frequency modulation are closely linked together, and it is often used in many transmitters and receivers used for variety of radio communications and applications, from two-way radio communications links, mobile radio communication, and even maritime mobile radio communications. So phase modulation is also the basis for many forms of digital modulation based around phase shift keying. So PSK is a form of phase modulation. As various forms of phase modulation shift keying are the favored form of modulation for digital or data transmissions, this makes phase modulation particularly important. So what do you mean by phase modulation? So simple, in case of phase modulation, the amplitude and frequency remains constant. So what do you mean by that? So in case of phase modulation, the amplitude and frequency are kept constant and it is transmitted for a limited period of time. So actually phase modulation works at those places where there is an emergency. Let's say we have an emergency or we have a festival in which, suppose let's say there is a car festival in Jagannath temple at Puri. So around 5 to 6 lakhs of people visit on a single day. So it is very difficult for the towers to accommodate such number of people under a single network. So it becomes very difficult to connect to the people or give strength to the people, signal strength to the people. So in this case, phase modulation plays a very vital role. That means the phase modulation, there will be amplitude and frequency given to the people for a limited period of time. That means during the car festival only they will provide signal to the people, and after the car festival gets over they will shift it to other locations. So in phase modulation, frequency and amplitude are kept constant and it is being sent to a limited distance to limited people for a limited time, and as the time disappears they will travel to other locations. So phase modulation actually works in emergency location where the towers have no capability of transmitting the signal or giving services to all the people around it. So phase modulation always works where there is an emergency or there is a lot of people. So in this case the frequency and amplitude are given constant so that the people or the users should get benefit of it. So let's say you have a walkie-talkie. So there is a server which has of walkie-talkie which has the capability of joining a number of walkie-talkies. That means the server has a capacity of accommodating 10 or 20 walkie-talkies. So the walkie-talkie is set up for a limited time when there is emergency, and when their works get over they shift the server to other locations and they use the walkie-talkie over there. So this is just like a walkie-talkie. So phase modulation is used, and it is used in implementing at the emergency area where there are a lot of people. It gives services to the people. After they get services, after the festival gets over or the occasion gets over or the emergency gets over, they withdraw the services and they move to the other locations. So these are all about the phase modulation. And another most important point is your phase shift keying. This is actually the value which is used for keeping the frequency and amplitude constant, and it will be used for a limited time. So phase shift keying is the value which promotes the phase modulation. So this is all about your phase modulation, and it is the final modulation, and it is the final category of the modulation. Next, you can clearly see an image over here. There are three images. One is for amplitude modulation, another one is your frequency modulation, third one is your phase modulation. In amplitude modulation, you can clearly see there are two signals. This is 1, this is 0. So in 1, you can clearly see the variations of the wave, and here you can see the amplitude. That means this signal has higher amplitude, but this signal has lower amplitude. That means amplitude is what? It is the vertical right angle to the time. That means more the amplitude or more the oscillation of a wave, more is the amplitude of that wave. That means this wave has more clarity than this wave, because the amplitude of this wave is much higher than this wave. So the amplitude which has higher wave or oscillation value will have high clarity. That means this signal has high clarity and this signal has low clarity. Then moving on to the frequency modulation, you can see this is one wave, this is one wave. You can see the amplitude over here is same. There is no change in amplitude. Then what is the difference? Here you can see the distance is covered. That means how much distance a wave is covered, and here you can see how much distance the wave is covering. That means in case of one wave, you can see the distance covered by the wave is much higher than the second wave. That means frequency is the parameter that is used to increase the distance. That means let's say this is the tower, let's say here is the user, so it is getting modulated so that the signal will be moved from the source to the destination who is far away from that place. So you can clearly see the distance factor over here. So frequency modulation is actually used for modulating the distance factor. So here the distance factor is very high and here the distance factor is very less. Next, moving on to the phase modulation, you can clearly see there is no change in the oscillation. There is no change in the oscillation. That means what? Here the amplitude and the frequency remains constant. See, the amplitude is very similar in the lower bandwidth also, and the distance is also same for both the signals. Then what is phase modulation? In phase modulation, both the signals have same amplitude and frequency, but they will be applied for a limited time. This is the time limit. That means for this time limit, amplitude and frequency is given. For another time limit, another frequency and amplitude is given of the same value. So these are all about the three categories of modulation, that is amplitude modulation, frequency modulation and phase modulation. So these are the three categories we have discussed about the modulation, and I hope you have understood the topic modulation, as it has a very vital role. So you must go through all the three types as I have discussed. So we have already discussed the modulation chapter, and in next video we will be discussing more about data communication. Till then, thank you.